Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again for allowing us to be in your home. Today is the last registration process for Miss and Mr Afro-Caribbean UK 2013, organized by Creative Artistic Media Services, which is well known as CAMS Promotions. Today we have some amazing, talented individuals who will be representing their country. Just to give a brief idea on what CAMS is about, CAMS stands for Creative Artistic Media Services. It's here, and our objects and our aims are to assist children in developing countries to gain an education, either by helping them from their young ages, or if we see a talented and a very bright individual that need assistance to go on to university, to be able to sponsor them. We're more or less also looking to help schools that are in a dire need of repairs and such forth like that. So the whole aims and objectives of CAMS is about education. Thank you. Hello, welcome to Miss Mr Afro-Caribbean UK. Tell us why you're here, what's your name, which company you're going to representing.
My name is Siobhan Watson and I'm representing St Martin's. And the reason why I decided to go for it, I mean, it's something new for me. I haven't done pageants before. I do a little bit of modelling, but I've never done a pageant. So I wanted to see how it goes. And also, I like the idea of what you guys are aspiring to do and the end result of it. And it's for positive change, so I thought I might as well jump on board. And yeah, on my profession, I'm an administrator, but I also do acting as well. And that's my main really goal, I think. I love to be in the theatre world and media production and everything, so that's what I do a lot of for most of my time.
You said you do a bit of modelling on the side,
yeah.
Or you do that, as well. Yeah. What do you think the difference between modelling and pageantry is? What, maybe 2 or 3 definitive differences?
I think there is quite a big difference. I mean, with a pageant, you have to get to know the person more personally, and I think that's the thing that I like, because for me, as my persona is one thing that I rate quite highly. And you get to know the person and what they want to do with their life and where they want to go with everything that they're doing and their achievements and their goals. And I think with modelling, there's a difference with that, because yes, you do get to know people, but it could sometimes be on a broader scale, but this is more in depth, which I do like. The element of education with children, I think that's something that I think that's very fundamental. I mean, like I put on my form, English for me is one of my favourite subjects. And I think educating children with English language and understanding how to read and write is essential. I think it is really what you need to do in life to get by. So I think that's something that I would want to bring to the table and make sure people are enforced with that as well, and they know that this is the foundation of what brings for a better future, because I honestly believe that education is a passport to a better future, and that's what I would want to really install and really put get people knowing about in that country as well.
My name's Antoinette Peters. I'll be representing St Vincent and the Grenadines. I decided to do this pageant simply because I am getting older and there's so much I want to achieve, and I think this will create a great opportunity to help me in my own personal business and the initiatives I'd like to do. I think it's a great pageant. The prospects look really good, and being somebody who likes to help others, I've got a diverse background of helping in various charities. The current charity I help is Azalea, which helps women that is caught in prostitution. It's a Christian organisation, and I've been doing that for 1.5 years. I also do prison ministry, which I like to reach out to a lot of young people because there's a big crime issue, and I think sometimes it's good to leave positive impacts in people's life. I like young people, I like to mingle with people, I love children, and I think children love me. So it's one of those things where there's so much I can do, and I think I haven't even reached everything I want to do. The biggest thing I've done recently was I've done a sailing trip to from a 3.5 sailing trip, and I was a crew member, learning new skills, learning how to sail the yacht called the Lady Arlete, and that was very challenging, but that was quite a new experience for myself personally, because I was able to sail through the storm. I've got a video out about it, and I think that's quite interesting, and it's one of the achievements I was grateful to be able to behold. And very much so, I just think across the world, I think anything I can contribute to, I think it would be a beneficial asset to anyone, because my whole desire is to invest in business, invest in people, because people like me, sometimes I've struggled to achieve certain things and I've really had to push and work hard. My background's been in fashion, recruitment, fashion management, project management, and I think the amalgamation of all those skills, once I've got that, I can help other people.
You are from St. Vincent, you represented St. Vincent. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you connect to St. Vincent?
My parents are both from St. Vincent, very lovely small island, quite near St. Lucia in Barbados. We had a family reunion back in 2006 where I got to explore a bit more of the island, and St. Vincent is one of those developing countries. It's not very high on the commercial and the what would I say? I'd describe it as the more tourist board. However, they've got developments of a new airport and various initiatives that's taken place just now. The reason why I want to support St. Vincent and the Grenadines is because I've got a lot of family there, and I was able to look at both spectrums of the rich and the poor, and there's so many people that's in need, young people needing something to do, and I think that somebody like myself could be able to help and initiate business in that area as well.
What do you feel? Obviously, you're a fun and educating, driven person. I think the kids are connected to you. What do you think are maybe the 4 key reasons why kids like you, in 4 simple words?
Fun.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. They think I can relate.
Yeah.
And they trust me.
Okay, I just want to say thank you for for inviting me here. My name is Denise, and I'll be representing the country Ghana in this competition. I did enter in this pageant because I want to work towards. It will help me work towards a goal. I'm a student in Manchester University studying professional accounting, and I work part-time in a hospital, North Middlesex Hospital. I work with the children, and also I would like to be a professional accountant, like a chartered accountant, but I've got this passion to be a model, to say set up a charity organization in Africa. And mainly it's going to be about this disabled children and homeless people, homeless children on the street, and more also young women.
Good evening, my name is Yolanda Kamash, and I'm representing Guyana. The reason I want to come to the pageant is because I believe that we can make changes, and obviously because I'm very passionate about kids, so I would like to fund the charity, not so much sponsor a charity for children in Guyana. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to get into that area. Educational wise, it's improved as well, but I think it's not just about education as well. It's to deal with the basic needs first, which is like shelter, home, food. And once you deal with that first, that's where education comes in, to give them hope and something that they can see for the future. I'm very energetic. I'm always on time. I don't know why.
Okay,
but
punctual.
I think it's more of like being there before everyone. I don't like the late entrance. Yeah. Great smiles. And I like dancing, so I'm very express myself while I'm dancing.
Okay, fantastic.
And I enjoy working with kids, basically, so it's fun. to see them. So, yeah.
My name is Alicia Kizialine and I will be representing Barbados, and why I entered the competition is because I've been entering pageants for about 2 years now, and I've been wanting to enter a pageant where ethnic minorities are celebrated in a way, and I feel that this pageant will give me the tools to progress also in my career and where I want to be. I would just say be true to yourself. Like, women come in all different shapes and sizes, and it's not about the female ideal what was in the early 90s. It's becoming a now. People's weight are increasing, and it's just different. Like, the clothing nowadays is different also. Curves are in, you know, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce and all those artists and people like that are true believers in promoting curves, and I'm a true believer in promoting curves. I'm confident, and it's something I'm really passionate in. Like, I've never been under a size 12, and I don't think I will ever be under a size 12 because that's just not me. I am who I am. To be honest, obviously my family members, my mom, who's always been my rock and stuff, and my sisters, but mainly my nephew. My nephew, he's got Down syndrome. He was born a few years ago, but that just really inspired me to go for what I believe, because he's been through so much, like with different operations and whatnot, and I think if he can get through those operations, then I can get through the trials and tribulations what might come in my way and in my path. Obviously I'm not that tall. Even in plus size modelling you still have to be tall, but I just believe that my family are really my inspiration. I do look on other models like Tyra Banks and Lucy Moore and people like that, like the plus size model that got through to the Miss England finals. But yeah, I would say I'm a true believer of family. That's my inspiration. My main aim is I really want to do a course in working with children with learning disabilities, as my nephew has got a disability. Love yourself. You're different to the person next to you. Everybody's unique in their own special way, and also the message that I would really put across is confidence. Just be confident within yourself, and love yourself and go for what you believe in, because there's no point saying, oh, I want to do this, but 5 years down the line you don't do it. You need to push yourself and achieve. Doors will close in your face, but you just got to get back up and carry on.
My name is Jennifer. I entered this contest because I live in France. I only came here for this contest because where I am, I don't have this much opportunity, and I think like coming here was really nice. And where I come from was quite hard, and I came here first of all to learn English, and I find English really challenging. And by entering the contest, I feel like I will meet new people, and they will help me to like build my confidence. But in Cameroon, there's a lot to do. But what I really want to focus is in children, because I feel like no children was born to suffer. And when I watch all those adverts on TV, I'm really touched. I cannot help myself but crying. And I feel like there's no one who's going to do something. If we, the young of the Cameroon, we don't do something today, I feel like no one is ever going to help. Because if you just leave it and say, okay, something's going to happen, I don't feel like no one is ever going to do it. So I feel like I am responsible to show them the way of becoming a better person. Yeah, I remember like when I was young, then my college, we didn't have enough support there. The board and everything, when the teacher can write on the board, you couldn't even read it. And it was just, the school was horrible. But there's that foundation, is Chantal Bia Foundation, which is the wife of my country. So they came to my college to do some stuff. They did put the whiteboard, give us some pens and board, and just having a new pencil, to me it was just so amazing. And I really like it. I appreciate what she did.
My name is Allegra. The country I'm going to represent today is Democratic Republic of Congo. It's an African country in Central Africa. The reason why I decided to enter this competition is because I believe that as a young Congolese woman living abroad, my country is not represented enough as much as in the media, then even its people. There's a lot of misconception about Congolese people, women as men as well. There's a lot of misconception about the country itself. Like, it's a huge country with a lot of potential that has been under like civil conflict for more than 10 years and had more than 10 million people dead, but people don't really know about it either. So I wanted to highlight my country in a different way. Like, I like the negative, but also the positive part of it. And that's it. I think it's definitely an important thing of my country because it led us to get freedom from colonization. In the term of people who inspired me, in a political way because he was brave. He was a really brave man. But in a general basis, the first person is God first. God comes first. If I'm here today, it's because of him and the bliss I'm getting every day. My mom comes second because she taught me about being like a young independent woman. I'm living by myself here in this country. I don't have no family. She's living back home. So if it wasn't by the way she raised me and the value she gave me, I wouldn't be able to make it myself here. And like thirdly, in the term of the industry, there's like a couple of models that I take as example, just such as Maurice Derry and Leah Kebede, because they are women who also came from an African background and they went through like harsh life, like many Congolese people are living right now, and they make it to the top, but through like hard work and dedication. So I really take them as an example. What is good? Congolese people are really friendly. They love to dance. A lot of them. They are actually open-minded to other people. They are welcoming a lot of people. We have a huge country. We have more than 360 different languages. People don't know that necessarily. Yes, we have a lot of different tribes, and I think that's what makes the richness of the country really, because we're so diverse. We have different. In each tribe, there's different languages, there's different like cultural way to see the country. So I put it this way.
Are you studying?
Yes, I'm studying international relations and law at London Metropolitan University.
My name is Jacqueline Silvano. I like the name Jackie though. I'm representing Kenya, and the reason I wanted to take part in this pageant is my main ambition is to do acting and modelling, and looking at the website and looking at some of the clips on CAM's promotions, it kind of like inspired me to do something where it's like I have a feeling I'll be supported, and the clips that I've seen of the models, they're so beautiful and I feel I can be represented in a good light. And also looking at the stuff that CAM's Promotions does in terms of helping young people in schools in like third world countries, it kind of made me think of my family back home, like, and how they strive so hard to get an education, and it's so hard to get an education. And if I can be part of something where I can give back to my country, like, I've been here all my life, but I just feel like I'm Kenyan. Like, sometimes I can drop the Kenyan, like I can just go like this, you know. I just feel like I just want to help where I'm from, even though I'm British, but I'm also Kenyan. One of the main reasons, again, is just I feel that I'll be really supported in terms of following the acting and the modelling, especially the modelling, like looking at some of the bridal work, the shows for the mahogany, it looks really amazing, and the women look real as well as beautiful in what they're wearing, and I felt that I could do that. And also, like I said, with what it stands for, the charity itself, it's just something I would love to be part of. Being young, I'm 23, but I still feel like I'm young, and I would like to represent young people in something positive, not just in Africa, but in this country as well, because we get such bad light being young, that stigma, and I just want to break that and just show that young people just want to be listened to and have a voice. That's all I want to be part of, especially with this pageant. I think also, like, young boys, especially like the ones who haven't had proper education, they can't really articulate how they feel and what they're going through. And as a man or as a boy, you don't really say how you're feeling, like, yeah, I'm cool. But sometimes, like, I think they need a voice to actually say, these boys want to do something in their life, and they just need to be listened to. Like, listen to them. Don't just look at how they look and how they dress. Listen to what they want and need. And I would love to represent that. I think on a personal level, because I got family back there, and the stories I hear from my cousins is, it's very like short-staffed, and it's like a big group of people in one class and lack of books. They use second-hand books already used before. So if I could have the opportunity, I will try my best, do some research and see if there's any way they can either get more staff, train staff, or just get more facilities in terms of books or computers and stuff, because there's so many stuff they don't really have there. But the education, if you get good education, they're really good, like they're intelligent, amazingly intelligent. So I think those are the things there, just the support and the facilities, that's what's needed, because they're amazingly intelligent and they have the potential. It's just a matter of giving them those resources.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in. I'm Jackie, so Miss Kenya.
I'm Lamin Tamba, representing Gambia. For those of you that don't know where it is in West Africa. Miss Mr Afro-Caribbean, because I want to represent a large proportion or everyone else that is from Afro-Caribbean background and make them proud of whatever they are. Represent them, make them look proud of them, regardless of their looks or region. We're all the same. And the more natural we are, the better. You know, God has created us for a reason. As long as you're proud and you're confident of your looks, you're beautiful. And that's why I entered, to make people proud of themselves. I do quite a few things. I work for local government part-time. I act and model full-time. Well, as of the last 2 years, I've been acting and modeling full-time. And I'm also a father, husband, a brother, an uncle. So lots of responsibilities. One of the reasons that got me into acting and modeling is because I think there's a lot that we can achieve in terms of communicating with societies across the world. By communicating. These days, people tend to watch media more than listening to preachers, going to church. So one way we get messages to masses is by getting into careers like acting and modeling. That way you communicate to people, show them how things are done, how they can be proud of themselves, what they can achieve if they believe and make effort. The quick scene that I would write on top of my head now is one where somebody comes from no background, or well, a very poor background, despite the myths and things that people say, or you're black, you're not going to make it, or you got an accent, you're not going to make it, or you're short, you're not going to make it, or you're going to be big, you're not going to make it. So I have people of all deprived backgrounds come in, see how hard they toil. Even if they fall, I want to see them rise each time, wake up in the morning more inspired than the fall that they had yesterday, and still go to school, or still go to vocational courses, or still go to their singing classes, or still go to their drumming lessons, come back home inspired, wake up the next morning even more inspired, willing to go despite everyone is catching buses. They can't afford to jump on the bus or on the train or drive. They're walking, jumping, running to school. That's the kind of scene I want. Fight. If I have to win, I'll use my position to influence kids, to inspire kids, get them into education, get them into vocational training in cases where they can't afford to go to school, or due to unforeseen or uncontrolled circumstances they cannot go to school, they can go into vocational schools. Already I've got structures. A board member of a charity called EdAid helps refurbish schools, old schools, or rebuild them completely. Uses second-hand furniture or unused office equipment in this country. We ship them about 2 or 3 times a year. And this warehouse that we send stuff to is in Maidstone in Kent, which is about 100 miles away. I drive there back and forth. Sometimes I have to get vans to transport these things when I'm free to the warehouse. We ship them, and then they go to schools and then distribute them among schools that need the facilities the most. So the structures are there.
Yeah.
I sponsor some students from my own personal earnings per annum, send them to school, and I make sure they're getting good results. Otherwise, I cut the funding.
Okay.
I track their performances every time.
Yeah.
But not just limited to Gambia. Afro-Caribbean is big.
Yeah.
it's got Africa, it's got Caribbean. We're all the same, but it's about extending the arm.
Yeah.
I will go to places like Haiti.
Yeah.
They need people to inspire them. They've had so many natural disasters that are a fault not of their own. They need people to go and speak on their behalf, people to help them out. If I have a holiday or a period where I'm not doing anything, I'd love to spend that time doing useful stuff. Even in England, you've got ethnic minorities, even white people that are struggling. I help sometimes. I go out to sports centers sometimes and talk to kids. My son's school, the head teacher wants me to talk to the children during assemblies. I said, okay, let me know when, and I'll come and talk to the children. Wants to show them that if you're not good on books, you can go and act, or you can do something else. That's what I want to do. But I don't care if the white kid is struggling more than the black kid, give it to him.
Yes.
So I try to be colorblind when I'm helping out.
Yes, fantastic. Well done, Nami. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you.
And welcome on board.
Thank you, I'm happy to be here.
Well, today's a wrap. We thank everyone today for coming out and all the contestants that's on board for the Miss and Mr Afro-Caribbean UK. We thank you very much again for allowing us to come into your homes and bring you a change, a diverse change, a representation of different places, different cultures. So really and truly, you don't have to leave your home to experience a different culture. So thank you again. Kudos to you.